Hello, my fellow Lego addict. Basically, I wanted to vlog this process because I need something to make me do this. Because, as you saw in my recent haul video, I have gotten a beep ton of light kits, but installing them is always such a daunting task, especially as it involves essentially like tearing apart half the city just so I can access the buildings and install these things. So I thought if I vlog it, then maybe I will be like enticed to do it, so there is like a conclusion to the story. So I am going to try and install the light kit in both the police station as well as the bookshop modular and mocked modular bookshop thing, and maybe even if I can have like room left over, the additional street light just in front of the brick rank, so that's not entirely dark. So that is the plan. It's gonna be a pain. I've already realized that Bricksmax looks way more intimidating, so let me lay it out and talk to you. So, as you know, I am not new to installing light kits. Currently, Assembly Square, the Persian restaurant, the diner, all have light kits in them. However, this is a lot of bags. They're all separate. I have to all plug them in. This is very, very daunting, but you're here to give me moral support, and together we can do this, right? First had to take some of that away, so now I can actually access my buildings. The next step is to take this fantastic little building and start installing the light kit. So in order to get the police station out, I actually had to remove this thing first, but actually means you get to look at it in more glory. Look how beautiful it looks now it's finished. Very impressive. So then everything could kind of move. But we're gonna start with this bad boy. Let's do it. Excitingly, I've just spent an hour or so installing the whole light kit and it's not working. Did some troubleshooting, can't find the issue. I think I'm just gonna take a break and try to not swear too much. So it all went wrong with the police station. It didn't work. I've tried like fixing it by plugging other things in. I broke one thing I knew I did when I was working on it, so I thought, oh, maybe if I take that out it's not shorting anymore. I don't know if that's the issue. I haven't been able to get it to work. Sad face. However, as a palette cleanser, I have opened the light-tailing one for Ninjago City. Just gonna say this right now. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4 cables, because everything else is attached and already a thing. It feels like way more doable than the rest, and it's a really nice start and it makes me very happy. So I have gone for sort of like the basic version of Ninjago City. So I'm going to try and install this, and hopefully I can get this one to work, and then I'll be happier. Yahoo! Actual light. This stall here, it's actually harder to see. It's better in real life, I promise. I'll straighten things out. There's like the blue light underneath here, and then this one right there. At least attempt number 2 was successful. Look at this glorious building. So nice. Yes, in case you're wondering, the back looks awful. I've just kind of done this, but that's kind of, I could have done this much better, but because I'm never going to see the back, it's fine. So yeah, that is where we're at. I think it looks really nice. I'm actually really excited. I have to be honest, cable management could be better, but I'm still really enjoying this view. I think it's very pretty and cool. Definitely want to light up some other ones because this is so cool. Look, there's light on the 2nd level. Yay! This is like intense, man. Like really bloody intense. So I've had to adjust that kit a little bit. I broke one thing that I actually ended up having to fix with tweezers. It's all a little bit unstable, and there's some reasons you can see some cables on the 3rd floor just because that ended up being the issue. So I had to fix that. And also what didn't end up working, and partially why obviously I was so disheartened because nothing was working, is this doesn't work. So this is actually the thing you connect everything through at the very end, and this is what you control with the remote control, and this is the thing that wasn't working, which is why when I tried then at the end turning it on, it didn't work. But I've worked my way back thanks to Chris. He's kind of like given me some tips because he's got quite a lot of experience installing Bricksmax kits, and that ended up like working. So now I have sort of these two elements that I haven't used because they're not working, but I don't mind because it currently obviously is lit up. So what I did is I've connected the battery pack to it, and the battery pack currently sits like on the 3rd level at the back. So in order to turn it on and off, I need to lift off the roof and then I can turn it off. So it's not perfect, but it works for sort of a thing. And also because actually reaching the USB plug socket is going to be a bit difficult. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cable everything first, and then I will possibly have to sort of try and attach everything afterwards. So that's sort of where I'm at with what I'm doing. The next one is even more tricky because I am going to be doing the bookshop one, and actually the bookshop, this one, is mocked, so I will have to just kind of make up as I go along, really, which isn't ideal. Also, the other not very ideal thing is that these are designed to sit next to each other, so this light kit isn't like one light kit per building, it's both basically, so they attach to each other, so kind of they complete the circuit, which means that I'm gonna struggle with the bookshop. So there is part of me that is like wondering if I should just not do the bookshop for now because it's really fragile, or I should. I'm going back and forth in my mind. I'll let you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I've now reached I can mock light kit state. So I've created this one, it's a separate one. I've made it with a USB attachment and a battery pack here on top, which again, I told you this is going to be, the battery situation will change here because I want to connect this to the USB plug, so I don't want to keep using batteries. It's really not helpful for me, but I'm going to have to buy a few things in order to connect them. But I now have the townhouse lit up and it looks so nice. I am so excited about it. Yeah, that is the update. Hell yeah. Well, I think this is how I'm gonna leave it for now. Look at that. All the little shiny lights. So ideally I still want to add some lanterns that are lit up, but first I'm gonna have to, I've bought a USB charger actually, that's gonna sit behind these modulars so I can plug things in. But I'm really happy with the way it looks. These two are essentially custom ones because just using the light kit that came in the box. So actually what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to buy some custom elements to change some of the colours, like that one. I want that to be warm, and that means I can also probably light up this one if I buy some elements. Just if I just focus on like that lantern and then just the things inside the house so there's light behind it, that would be really cool. And same goes for the European Jazz Cafe and my other modulars. So basically now I have a huge project of lighting everything up, but for the time being I'm probably going to keep it for this, and it looks really wonderful and I'm so happy. I really feel like I turned this around. I definitely thought I'd failed and then that was going to be it for a little while. It was definitely not a very promising start when like the police station modular didn't light up like at all, but I think we're getting there. So I still have 2 more light kits to do, so actually 3 more. So I still have a pet shop and townhouse light kit. Don't know if I'm going to be using that. And then also I've got the Ninjago City Garden and the Ninjago City Dock as well. So that is still a thing that I can do. I'll probably maybe order another USB port to kind of plug it all in behind the dock so I have one central place, and then hopefully maybe trace it all the way back down so I can like control that by switches. But we'll have to just see. I'm very excited because it's really quite magical. So I'll check back in later on this update. This morning has started very well because I started and then finished this morning this light kit installation, and it went well. It went perfectly in first go. Evidently with the Brickmax stuff, it's a huge learning curve, but then once you kind of know what you're doing, it's easier. So I'm very excited. I did sort of tweak the light kit tiny bit because this light kit has lots of white dots that you put in the water on this side, but because you won't be able to see this side anyway from where I'm displaying it, I decided not to add those, even though I did add this little light in here because I thought it was too cute to miss. and I've kind of taken a few bits out that I didn't like, but overall I'm very, very excited for this. Very much like that this balloon is lit up. I think that's really fun. I know that you can't see it as well at the minute because obviously it's light, but this is done. So it's 2 of 3 Ninjago sets lit up, which is very exciting. I especially like that you can now see in this little house, because I love that little house. So I'll put that back in place. Kind of done a bad job at like hiding the cables on the side, but that's just because I'm aware nobody's going to be able to see behind, so I don't have to make it pretty here. I've attached my USB outlet to it for now, so I'm going to find a way to connect 3 of these USBs together into one battery pack. For now, hopefully I have something that can do that, and then I will be able to at least have all 3 of them lit up, and I'm super excited. Progress is slow but steady. It's looking very good. As you can see, this side is currently connected. That side currently isn't, apart from that one light in the ice cream shop, but pretty happy with it though. After many bags of stuff, I did it! Oh my gosh, it worked in one go. As you can see, I've again opted not to add the lights in the water. I just didn't see the need for that, considering it wouldn't match Ninjago City, nor do I really think it looked that nice. And yeah, here is just trying to like turn it around without breaking things. This is hard. So here it is. So it looks, I think, really good. I wish there was some green lights on these bits because that would tie in the tree a bit more, but I think it looks bloody lovely. So that is the Bricks Max City garden set, and it is pretty special, I'd say. It's a bit harder to tell on camera. Things look different in real life, just promise. I promise that to you. Right, so I'm going to put this in place as well and see if I can connect everything together in a way that I could actually turn everything on, because that is kind of still the goal. Alrighty, I hope that was a cool video to watch. I'm really excited for all the lights that I've added to the city. It just looks so nice. If you have been around for a while, you may be confused as to why I've added lights. And I just thought I'd really quickly in the outro talk about it. And if you want to hear more about me talking about it, like, let me know in the comments, because I can definitely make a separate video of this, because I have a lot of thoughts. Because you may vividly remember that I said I'm not going to add more lights to the city. They're not worth it type thing, because I definitely did like a bit of a video about that, and I think I still partially stand by that. I think if like I had to choose between like a modular or like it, I always go for like the actual Lego set. But I've gotten to a stage in my city where like expanding is a little bit harder, like I'm kind of hitting some boundaries, so actually enhancing what I have has been sort of like the plan, and these light kits really do enhance sets that you own, and I think it looks really beautiful. I'm really excited for it. I also only ever used lighttailing before this video, so Brixmax was actually the first time I used that, and as you know, when I installed the police station one, that didn't go well straight away. However, as I went on and I did more Brixmax light kits in this video, I actually became much better at them, and actually I ended up deciding that I think I may prefer a part of that over lighttailing. I feel like if you're a first time light kit person, obviously I can only compare the two, I haven't used any other kind of type of light kit, but if you're a new person that wants to light up your city, I think lighttailing is a really good start. If you can get them for 50% off, it's a really good value as well. But I think Brixmax kind of allows you for a bit more customization. If you know what you're doing, you can leave out some lights, you can change things. Actually, every single light kit that I installed that was Brixmax, I actually changed some bits to it. Like with the Ninjago ones, I didn't add the lights under the water. With like the houses, I made them two separate light kits so they're not attached to each other, these ones here. So actually, once you're going, you kind of learn how to use these ones, and also I feel like it's easier to hide them. So with lighttailing, I find that they're always a huge mess at the back. However, Brixmax is easier to hide the cables, so they're still pretty sort of like pretty much 360 degrees. It's a bit harder. You obviously are going to always see light kits if you've installed them, but I feel with Brixmax they don't look as intrusive. So I have definitely decided I really like Brixmax, and I'm planning to buy individual components for some of my mocks so I can light those up as well, because I've realised it's actually pretty easy to create my own light kit with these components. So that's been a really interesting find, and overall I think it's been a really good experience installing these light kits, and I'm definitely planning on lighting up pretty much every single building in the city eventually. That is going to require quite a lot of funds though, so it's probably going to be my project for 2022. Hopefully when I speak to you this time next year, my entire city will have lights in. That's sort of like what I hope to get to. I don't even think that lighting up the modulars is the hardest bit. I think actually managing the cables to actually get to a plug socket or a battery pack is the hardest bit. So they're still accessible for me to turn on, but not in an obvious place. So if you have any tips, let me know. I'm definitely very keen on maybe trying out a brand of light kits, because it's been really interesting actually to compare two brands, and I've always really wanted to try the Light My Bricks one, because in my head that seems to be a bit more of a premium one, so I really wonder how they compare to the two that I've tried. But overall I'm really happy with what I've done. I definitely found that Brixmax was less prone to breaking like the cables were, because they're slightly thicker, which was good because I have broken cables before. As you know, I obviously broke the Dyna one, which I'm still waiting for a replacement on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so very much for my fantastic members, especially the VIP people that are making this video possible. Honestly guys, I cannot do it without you. Thank you so very much. Alrighty, let me know if you want me to talk in more depth about my light kit experience, because I definitely can say so much about these. But I will catch up with you all very soon, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye! Hado!